Buenos dias, Bottom Bobcats. Good morning, Bottom Bobcats. This is David, your principal here, as David, su director, and welcome to DIY with David, also known as Diversión con el director. I'm trying something new, estoy intentando algo nuevo, and making some fun videos. I know, like many of you, you're probably at home wondering, like, what can I do during this time? Hopefully, you're staying busy with some online learning. But you know, it's also important that we have fun things for ourselves. So es importante también que tengamos cosas para divertirnos. For me, as the teachers and some of our families know, plants have been a really important part of how I've been, really spending my time. Obviously, spending lots of time with my puppy and spending lots of time in nature. But I wanted to bring you a fun video about these. I used to call them lanyards growing up. That's just a simple name, but I learned how to do these when I was in middle school and I did them in high school. You can look these up on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. Amazon will get them to you and you can make all these cool bracelets and things. So today I just wanted to bring you a fun video to kind of get you started on how to do this and see, hopefully, if you're interested. I've actually already made one. This is our bottom one that I made. You can see it's fun. But something relaxing can really help your mind focus. Some people are doing yoga, some people are doing dancing, some people are sitting around watching movies. All of it's good, but I wanted to bring you something that brings me joy. But basically, what you do is you choose two colors. Usually you choose a light and a darker color. But you can choose whatever colors you have. This pack has a lot of colors. This is black, pink, blue, orange, teal, so whole host of them. It actually comes also with this little tool, I guess, to help you get started. I don't know how to use it. There are directions on the back, but I know how I usually start them. And it actually also comes with some key rings and some little hooks. So I'm gonna get started. So what I do is I usually kind of grab whatever length I'm gonna make it. I made one for a friend the other day. This one obviously is pretty short length. So, if you're starting, you can start with short first. So you kind of take your first color and then you take your second color and you try to match it in length. It's important that you have pretty similar lengths on both sides. And I'm so glad to be doing this. Hopefully we'll get other DIY fun videos. I was hearing Ms. Torres yesterday was telling me that she's doing puzzles at home. Who knows, maybe we'll learn some new things throughout this time together. Math, reading, science, social studies, writing, PE, fine arts, all that's super important, but it's also awesome to do fun things for ourselves. So you can see I'm kind of measuring them up to get started. Hopefully this first video goes well. I wish you could see the behind the scenes bloopers of me making this, but just even getting the camera set up was fun. I know lots of our teachers are making videos, so I wanted to join them in the fun. So you take both the ends, you see I've already matched them up. You take whatever tool you're gonna start with and you put both of them through there, and then you kind of like let them sit in the middle. You match up both ends like this and kind of pull it tight to get it started. And then this is the part that's usually trickiest. I remember when I was a kid, I would ask my friends to help me get them started, and then I kind of eventually learned myself. And this can be done, like I said, on one of these hooks, or it could be done on one of these, depending on what you want to use it for. But you see how I have the colors mixed? So I have them, the white color one way and the dark color the other way. That really helps. But you kind of also keep it tight with your thumb and your index finger. And as you cross them, you're actually gonna make two loops. So I start with one color and I'm gonna make a loop. And then you see how I'm using my other hand to kind of help guide me. Make a loop. I usually make the loops a little bit smaller, but I'm making them big so you can kind of see them. But basically you'll kind of have two loops. You see that? And then you take one color, the opposite color I should say, and you go over the loop that it's closest to and you put it through the opposite loop. And then you kind of pull. And again, the beginning, it's kind of the toughest part. Sometimes you'll get started and you're like, oh, this is really hard. Which is a good lesson because sometimes we don't give up on things that are too hard. And like I said, I usually make my loops a lot smaller. So hopefully when I pull this, it'll be fun. And I made these bottom colors. Today I'm doing these Brackenridge colors. purple and white, and then it looks kind of funky when you're pulling it, but once you kind of pull all 4 of them, you see how I'm using both my hands and basically using all my fingers, it feels like, and you pull it, it'll kind of start creating a little design where it'll look, once you tighten it up, like this. So you see how it that looks okay. You see how it looks kind of like a little crosshatch. So that'll be kind of the beginning of it. And that's the base of it. That's the really important part. And now there's different ways to do it. I'm gonna show you kind of a basic one today. You see how I did kind of this spiral one. I like spiral just because I like how cool it looks when you spin it around. But when I first started by learning how to do kind of the basic one. So then you kind of follow the same pattern now that you've got the base. Again, the base for me is usually the hardest. Once you get a hang of that, it kind of just keeps going. I like to do this sometimes when I'm watching TV. Sometimes I'll do it just kind of like as a quick brain break. But you know, definitely wanted to show you something that I do that's fun at home. Again, you can get those at Amazon. I don't get any commission or anything for promoting this. I'm sure there's lots of brands. This is just the brand that I happen to think had the coolest colors. And honestly, it had the best Amazon review. So going back to it, you make your loop. So again, it's already kind of looped. You can make the loops with either color. I'm choosing to do it with white right now. You kind of go over again, each one, take the same color. Remember, you have this loop that's kind of closest. You go over that loop and you go into the other loop and you pull it. And then you do it the other way. I know my fingers are blocking it, but I'll show you in a little bit. So you see how I've pulled them through. And then again, you pull all 4. So kind of like, it's a little loose. And then you'll pull all 4 of them. And you know, when I was a little kid, I would make sure not to pull too tight because you can definitely break this. It's flexible, but it's, you know, it's still breakable. So don't pull too tight. You've got your second one. And you just kind of keep the same pattern going. It'll take a little bit of practice. You know, you'll kind of figure out how tight you have to pull. How not tight you have to pull. It may not look, you know, perfect the first time, and that's okay. You'll get better with practice. That's also why this has 450 feet of lanyard. So, you know, if you mess up, it's okay. Oh, that's a little bell for my next Zoom, but I want to make sure I get this quick video in before then. Again, 2 more loops. I'll post a video and then I'll kind of post the final product so you can see what this one looks like at the end. Hopefully it turns out good. I used to also put like little marbles and beads and different things. I'm not quite there yet. Kind of want to see how this goes. But if you want to see my next video, maybe where I do put some beads or some marbles, you know, I'm happy to share that. Let me know what you think about this video. It's kind of fun, you know, doing this first YouTube video this way. I've been doing, you know, Facebook Lives with families and, hold on, see, look at, I messed that one up. That happens, so you just kind of let it go. It'll get a little loose, so you got to tighten it up again. But yeah, we wanted to just bring you something different and fun to do. You can find this, I think Amazon's kind of the easiest right now because we want you to stay at home and make sure you're safe. But know that these little crafts and different things you can do at home definitely can bring you some peace, something to focus on. That's another email. We're on it though. So you see how it's kind of now starting to form. You've got the white on one side and the purple on the other side. So yeah, that's my fun Rex lace, I call them lanyards, video. Thank you for joining me. I'll post the video. You'll see it obviously because you're watching it. And then I'll post a picture of my final product. So thanks again for joining me and I hope you all have a wonderful day. If you have cool things that you're doing at home, definitely share them with us and keep on looking out for those fun connection challenges that Ms. Saldana's putting together. We love seeing all of your pictures and videos. Hope you enjoyed this one. Hasta luego, DIY with David. Thank you.